Our next guest is calling in all the way from Alberta, Canada, with a very Canadian story. Patrick, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Kelly. Good to be here. Good to be here.
You have a couple incredible stories for us today, but let's start with the first one. What happened?
What happened? So back in, I'm going to be a little bit off on my timing here, but back in like early 2000, we were working on this overpass project. It's actually called the Graffiti Bridge. People call it the Graffiti Bridge on the Henday. Beautiful structure, amazing structure. During that summer, this was like early 2000s. During that fall, or the spring, we had some heavy rainfalls that year. And what we didn't realize is up, like we were spanning a little creek, and up ahead, there was this mass of like, I'm not going to call it a lake, but it was a beaver-made lake. And the beaver dam was creating this lake. Well, during these heavy storm falls, the beaver dam broke free.
Oh, no.
And so, flooded our site, the whole 9 yards. It was just a mucky mess down there. And after about 2-3 days, we decided, okay, we're going to go in there and start cleaning up. So the crews kind of shut down production and we're cleaning everything up. And I was on night shift at the time. And so, you kind of got limited lights. We had enough lights, but you're limited, right? And so I'm cruising around and I'm cleaning up all this wood debris with a loader and a skid steer. And we're just kind of working away. And I kind of seen this little glisten, right? I didn't think anything of it. So I jump out of my loader and a piece of equipment at the time. And I walk over to it and I see this beaver, right? And it's laying there. So I'm thinking, okay, it's dead because whatever, man, that's happened. So, poor little beaver. So I grab a stick, like poke, while this beaver wakes up, stands up. And if you've ever seen a beaver stand up on its hind legs, they're pretty big, man. Like, I don't know the exact height, but let's just say it scared the shit out of me. Right? So the beaver, and it hisses too, like, oh no! And holy shit! So here's this beaver and me in the stand-up. I'm kind of in the corner of the structure because I had to walk around. So I'm in the corner of the structure. So it's got me pinned in this corner, right? So I'm like doing these juke moves like a football player, fake left, spin, go right. In mud boot, in gum boots, I'm running in the mud. This beaver's chasing me. I did about a lap and a half around the loader and then finally jumped up onto the loader out of the way. And the beaver was sitting there at the bottom and it started to slap its tail in the mud. Hey, oh my God, that was so funny. I know it's a quick story, but it was the funniest thing I've ever seen, being chased by a beaver. And for all the young guys listening, not the beaver that you expect to be chased by. The actual
I have heard a lot of stories in my time, Patrick.
Yeah.
I have never heard anybody being chased by a beaver.
No, and I grew up in a small town in the West Kootenays, and our property, my parents' property, it went through a creek called Beaver Creek. And so I learned how to fish there, and we would see beavers, you'd be casting your rod, the beaver would swim by like nothing. You're just like, oh, no big deal. Cute little beaver, right? And then when you see one of those suckers stand up and hiss at you, that beaver ain't cute anymore.
Well, there you have it, everyone. Safe warning, stay away from beavers. They're more scary than you might think.
Yeah. And use a stick to poke something, even if it looked dead. It may be sleeping, so make sure. I'm so happy I didn't use my hand. Like, oh my goodness.
Yes, that is the last thing you need. They chew trees.
Exactly.
Thank you, Patrick, for an incredible Canadian story.
Yeah, it is a beautiful Canadian story. To this day, I don't even like nickels. I'd rather have 5 pennies.
Those things are getting kind of hard to find these days.
That's right. Keep the change, then. Keep the change.
Awesome, Patrick. Looking forward to the next story. Thank you.
Awesome.